Don't confuse schooling with education. I didn't go to Harvard, but the people that work for me did. When something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor. Failure is an option here. If things are not failing, you are not innovating enough. Some people don't like change, but you need to embrace change if the alternative is disaster. I think it is possible for ordinary people to choose to be extraordinary. Persistence is very important. You should not give up unless you are forced to give up. Great companies are built on great products. If you get up in the morning and think the future is going to be better, it is a bright day. Otherwise, it's not. People work better when they know what the goal is and why. Any product that needs a manual to work is broken. The first step is to establish that something is possible. Then probability will occur. Optimism, pessimism, F that, we're going to make it happen. If you're not progressing, you're regressing. There's no middle ground. You shouldn't do things differently just because they're different. They need to be better. Constantly seek criticism. A well-thought-out critique of whatever you're doing is as valuable as gold. Talent is extremely important. It's like a sports team. The team that has the best individual player will often win. Patience is a virtue, and I'm learning patience. It's a tough lesson. Work like hell. Put in 80 to 100-hour weeks every week. This improves odds of success. I operate on the physics approach to analysis. You boil things down to the first principles or fundamental truths. You want to be extra rigorous about making the best possible thing you can. Find everything that's wrong with it and fix it. Life is too short for long-term grudges. The tough thing is figuring out what questions to ask, but once you do, the rest is easy. I think it's possible for ordinary people to be extraordinary. Take risks now and do something bold. You won't regret it. We're not going to achieve success by being afraid of taking big risks. You want to have a future where you're expecting things to be better, not one where you're expecting things to be worse. Starting a business is not for everyone. It's like eating glass and staring into the abyss. If you love what you're doing, it makes life a lot easier. I think that's the single best piece of advice. Constantly think about how you could be doing things better and questioning yourself. If something's important enough, you should try, even if the probable outcome is failure. There's a tremendous bias against taking risks. Everyone is trying to optimize their ass covering. You get paid in direct proportion to the difficulty of problems you solve. Persistence outweighs intelligence when it comes to success. A failure is not a failure unless you refuse to learn from it. The best advice I've ever received: don't listen to the little man. I think that's the best way to live. Constantly question the things you believe. The best way to predict the future is to create it. Great companies have high empathy for their customers.